Hello, I'm the Pageant Nerd and this is my third preview clip for Miss Universe 2023. Thanks for stopping by. As we get closer to the delegates' arrival in El Salvador, and with Miss Universe execs in the country recently meeting with President Nayib Bukele, the excitement is building. And I've arguably saved the best for last in these contender previews as we take a look at the powerhouse pageant nations that weren't covered in my first two videos. But just to be clear, firstly, this isn't a predictions video or a summary of my personal favourites. Secondly, this is not a complete preview of all the countries I consider to be the most important in Miss Universe. I've already covered Thailand, the Philippines, Colombia, Puerto Rico, Mexico and Venezuela in my other previews. So have no fear, I obviously regard those nations as Miss Universe powerhouses as well. You can check them out via the links in the description, as well as some other crossover and trailblazing contenders. And if there are other countries that you regard as powerhouses that I haven't covered here or in the other preview videos, I can only offer you my sincere apologies. No offense intended. If you're a fellow pageant nerd, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you enjoy this video, I'd greatly appreciate you clicking the thumbs up or even super thanks. Anyway, I've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started. After a best ever 10 consecutive placements from 2011 to 2020, Brazil has missed the semis the past 2 years, and Maria Brechane will be keen to avoid a three-peat.
Rio Grande do Sul, Maria Brechane.
19-year-old Maria is a model, actress, journalism student and education advocate who speaks 3 languages. She's only the 5th teenager to represent Brazil at Miss Universe since the turn of the millennium. In that 10-year placement streak, Brazil made the top 5 4 times, the best result a first runner-up in 2020. But while Brazil is a 2-time winner at Miss Universe and 6-time first runner-up, their most recent title came 55 years ago, in 1968. Apart from their 2 victories at Miss Earth, Brazil hasn't won any of the other 3 pageants in the Big Four since 1971. Since then, they've been a finalist a whopping 23 times in total without a single victory. Nonetheless, with 39 total placements at Miss Universe, 22 of those top 10 and 16 top 5, they're undoubtedly one of the most consistently top-performing nations in the pageant's history. Brazil is also a 4-time winner of Best National Costume. With 2 top 5 finishes since 2020 and another 2 top 10s in the past decade, the Dominican Republic is a major player once again. There was a brief dry spell following top 3 results in 2008 and 9, but British Dominican Mariana Downing will be looking to maintain her country's return to form. 28-year-old Mariana is the former girlfriend of Latin pop star Marc Anthony, who in addition to a 10-year marriage to Jennifer Lopez, is the ex-husband of Miss Universe 1993, Dayanara Torres, but is now married to Miss Universe 2021 first runner-up Nadia Ferreira. Talk about having a type. Mariana's victory was criticised by some as she's more fluent in English than in Spanish.
Wealth comes with intelligence. Knowledge is power, as Nelson Mandela quoted. Thank you.
Echoes here of Madison Anderson, who encountered similar backlash after winning Miss Universe Puerto Rico in 2019, though that didn't affect her adversely as she finished first runner-up at Miss Universe. This year marks the 20th anniversary of the Dominican Republic's only Miss Universe triumph, Amelia Vega, in 2003. With 12 placements overall, including 9 top 10s and 6 top 5s, the Dominican Republic is a 1-time winner of Best National Costume and Miss Congeniality. The appearance of reigning Miss Frances in the two Alpha pageants has been somewhat inconsistent of late, due to both Miss Universe and Miss World being held in December in recent years, as is Miss France itself, with Miss France organisers seemingly against changing the date of its hugely popular annual pageant, and an obligation of its title holder to be present to crown her successor. It's become commonplace for Miss France to compete at the Alphas 1, 2 or even 3 years after she completes her reign. In other instances, Miss France chooses not to compete internationally at all. Seemingly the national title is the primary goal. Having made top 10 at Miss Universe 2021, a year after she completed her national reign, Clémence Bottineau is competing at the delayed Miss World 2023, now scheduled for March 2024, nearly 4.5 years after she was crowned Miss France. Diane Lair's entry into Miss Universe 2023, having won Miss France in December 2021, follows that recent trend. Diane is a model and radio personality who was scheduled to contest Miss Universe 2022, held in New Orleans in January this year. But ultimately she was replaced by her first runner-up, Floriane Bascou, with Diane saying she had insufficient time to prepare as she wrapped up her Miss France duties, crowning her successor on December 17, 2022. 7 years have passed since France's second Miss Universe title, when Iris Mittener created the largest gap between Miss Universe victories, a full 63 years since Christiane Martel won the 1953 crown. Since then there have been 2 top 10s and a top 21, though France went unplaced last year. After an incredible run of placements between 1992 and 2002, which included its first 2 Miss Universe titles, India faded from regular contention for nearly 2 decades. But it's come on strong in the past 4 years, with consecutive placements since 2019, and its 3rd crown in 2021 thanks to Harnaz Sandhu.
I was 12 years old when my parents separated, and I found myself in a world where making ends meet was a daily battle.
Shweta Sharda is looking to continue that streak following an impressive performance at Liva Miss Diva in late August. Shweta is a model, dancer and choreographer who's worked on and appeared in a number of music videos and TV shows in India, alongside some of the biggest Bollywood stars. India's 11 consecutive placements is the 6th longest all time. During that stretch, Sushmita Sen and Lara Dutta collected titles in 1994 and 2000, while Aishwarya Rai and Priyanka Chopra mirrored the feat at Miss World in the same years. As one of only 4 countries to have achieved the Alpha Double, and the only one to do it twice, India's place among the pageant world's upper echelon cannot be denied. Should Shweta take this year's crown, it would also make India only the 4th nation to complete a sandwich of Miss Universe victories, joining the USA, which has done it twice, plus Venezuela and South Africa. India would also be the only nation in history to achieve a sandwich at both Miss World and Miss Universe. Overshadowing the victory of Fabienne Groeneveld at Miss Universe Indonesia in August was the alleged treatment of contestants during the pageant. Multiple delegates filed police complaints claiming they were forced to strip naked, be touched and photographed for supposed checks of scars and cellulite. Having just taken over Indonesia's Miss Universe franchise from long-standing holder Putri Indonesia, National Director Poppy Capella was stripped of her licence by the Miss Universe organisation after the pageant. The MUO promised to investigate the allegations and review its entry policies and procedures, making it clear there are no height, weight or other physical measurements required to compete in Miss Universe. Controversy aside, Fabienne Nicole Groneveld is hoping to return Indonesia to the Miss Universe semis after it missed the competition in Israel in 2021 and went unplaced last year. While Indonesia has yet to make the top 5 at Miss Universe, let alone win either alpha pageant, they own the longest active placement streak at Miss World, with 10, including consecutive second runners-up, and they placed 7 times at Miss Universe between 2013 and 2020, making its first top 10 in 2019. South Africa, a 3-time Miss Universe winner, including a sandwich of wins in 2017 and 19, is sending another super strong contender in Bryony Govender. She's the first South African of Indian descent to compete in Miss Universe since Karishni Naika made top 10 in 1998. A potential hurdle for Bryony may be the fact she placed first runner-up at Miss South Africa as opposed to being the winner. The victorious queen, Natasha Joubert, knows all too well about the fate that can befall a non-winner of a major national pageant competing at Miss Universe. As second runner-up at Miss South Africa 2020, Natasha was sent to the COVID-delayed Miss Universe 2020, and coming off the back of South Africa's sandwich, she was shockingly excluded from the top 21. With Natasha unable to compete at Miss Universe more than once, Bryony is going instead, and hopefully she can be fully judged on her merits. 26-year-old Bryony is an attorney and model who should hold her own in the speaking rounds should she get that far, if indeed she makes the semis at all. South Africa is making its 49th appearance at Miss Universe, with 17 top 10s and 10 top 5s to its credit. Interestingly, it's placed 26 times overall, the same amount as fellow powerhouses India and the Philippines, but its number of overall appearances is much lower than both other nations, giving it a superior placement rate.
Miss USA 2023 is Utah!
Shouldering the pressure of achieving only the second back-to-back in Miss Universe history is Noelia Voigt, who turns 24 on November 1. Noelia's victory at Miss USA was the product of incredible persistence, having finished first runner-up in consecutive Miss Alabama USA pageants before relocating to Utah and winning for her adoptive state. The first Venezuelan American to win Miss USA, Noelia should have an extra batch of South American supporters in San Salvador.
As a bilingual Venezuelan American woman, I plan to connect with that community of people because the United States of America is a diverse country, and in Miss USA, it needs to be able to represent every community, no matter their background, their race, their ethnicity, anything. And I would like to be that Miss USA. Thank you.
Noelia has authored a children's book, studied interior design, is a qualified esthetician, and runs workshops with young adults about the dangers of teen dating violence. The USA is riding a 12-year placement streak heading into Miss Universe 2023, its third in double digits. It's the most successful nation in Miss Universe history, with 9 titles and 9 first runners-up among 66 placements overall, plus 49 top 10s and 33 top 5s. They're a 1-time winner of Best National Costume and 3-time Miss Photogenic. Another country dealing with a controversial national pageant is Vietnam, with accusations of favouritism for the eventual winner. Bui Quin Hoa was indeed one of the title favourites, but her answers in the Q&A rounds led some to believe she knew the questions in advance. One response in particular was nearly word for word from an existing online article and Google search result.
I believe in myself, that's why I'm here today. I believe that we deserve great things. Thank you!
Bui, a 25-year-old model, defended her performance, claiming she was merely well prepared for the pageant. As it did following Miss Universe Indonesia, The Miss Universe organisation and its parent company JKN Global Group promised a thorough investigation to preserve the integrity of its delegate selection processes. Needless to say, that integrity has taken a major hit in the lead up to this year's competition, especially in light of a number of new franchisees acquiring licenses under new owner Khun An. Vietnam is a relative newcomer in the pageant world, with this year being its 16th Miss Universe campaign. Its best result is a top 5 finish in 2018 from 5 placements overall. That's a wrap on my Miss Universe 2023 preview on the powerhouse contenders. My next videos will get into the all-important predictions for the title, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'm the Pageant Nerd. Bye for now.